Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon to you all. Welcome to online classes for the subject science in the grade 6. We are discussing the lesson 2 plants from the chapter 1, that is classifying living things. In this we are going to study the pages, that is 38 and 39 from the lesson 2 plants. So let's see what are the learning objectives of the today's lesson. Here are the learning objectives. The first thing we are going to see, that is how do plants reproduce. Plants with seeds. What is pollination? In the pollination, we will be going to talk about self-pollination and cross-pollination. Also, we will be going to see about what is fertilization and plants without seeds. These are the things we are going to see in the today's lesson. So let's see about how do plant reproduce. So here are the ways by which the they gets reproduced. So let's see what are the flowering plants. So there is a sexual reproduction in flowering plants involves the reproduction of male and female gametes, that is the transfer of male gametes to the female ovules in process called as pollination. Or in other words, we can say that the pollination is the transfer of pollen from an anther to a stigma is called pollination. So here, after pollination occurs, the fertilization happens and the ovules grow into seeds within a fruit. So here you can see the different parts of the flower. Why one must know about the different parts of the flower? Because when there is a sexual reproduction or asexual reproduction takes place, that means the all living things carry out reproduction by different ways, and there are the ways of reproduction where the reproduction occurs sexually or it occurs asexually. In the asexual reproduction, the production of new organism using only one type of cell, whereas in case of sexual reproduction, the production occurs with the reproduction of new organism by the union of male and female sex cells. So here, many plants use both types of reproduction, and that's why we must know that what are the kinds of reproduction by which the reproduction takes place in the flowers. So for that, one must know what are the different parts of the flowers. So here are the parts of the flowers, and you can see here the pollen tube. This is the stigma, the style, ovary. This all these three parts together, it is called as pistil, or it is also called as female reproductive organ. Whereas anther and filament, what you see here are the this is the anther and the filament. This together it is called as stamen, which is called also called as male reproductive organ. Here you are going to find out the another parts of the flower where ovule you are going to see here, sepal, receptacle, petal, and the pedicel. What you see here in the parts of the flower. So you can see here, as I told you just now, about the male reproductive organ, that is the stamen, and the female reproductive organ, that is the stigma, style, and ovary. All together, it is called as carpel or the pistil, and it is the female reproductive organ. This ovule is called as female gametes, where female gametes are stored here in the ovule. So you can see here, this is the ovule, and these are the different parts. Now here, the plants with seeds. Some plants, they get reproduced with seeds. Some plants, they get reproduced without seeds. So here are the types of plants where the seeds are present. So gymnosperm and angiosperm are the two kinds of flower plants where you are finding the pine trees or conifer are an example of plant that reproduces by seeds but without flowers. And the poppies are the type of flowering plant that reproduce by seeds made by flowers. So here the flower, why we are talking about the flower? The sexual reproductive structure of the flower is like this, where it produces egg and the sperm and fertilization takes place inside the flower. So here we can say that the another way of the what you can say the reproduction that is of through the pollination. What the pollination is? As I told you, the pollination is the transfer of pollen from an anther to a stigma is called pollination. And it is of two kinds of pollination. Particularly, you can see here the pollination when it occurs, that is the transfer of mature pollen grains from the anther to stigma. It is carried out by different ways, that is by winds, by insects, birds and other animals also. Here you can say that the female reproductive organ, just now I told you about the male reproductive organ. So pistil, or we can also say that the pistil and the stamen, these are the two reproductive organs. Particularly pistil is the female reproductive organ and male reproductive organ is the stamen. Here you can, in the pistil you see stigma, style and ovary. In the stamen you see the anther and the filament. Here, when the pollination occurs, when pollen grain lands on the stigma, it terminates and a pollen tube grows down through the style to an ovule called egg. Ovule is also called as egg here. So here you can see the transfer of pollen from the pollen grain from the stigma to the ovary. So there are of two kinds of pollination, particularly as I told you. The self-pollination occurs when pollen transferred from an anther to a stigma to the same flower, whereas the cross-pollination happens when a pollen is transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower. And these are carried out by different ways, as I told. They are being done by the birds or insects, and these are the birds or insects, they are called as the pollinators. So here, after the pollination, we can move towards the further, that is about the fertilization. The fertilization is also the one of the important step here, because once pollen has landed on the stigma, a tube grows from it and the pollen then travels down the pollen tube into the flower's ovary where the egg is located. At this point, the sperm cells join with the egg and this joining is called as fertilization. Here, a seed develops from this fertilized egg and the new embryo grows into the plant. Here, in this way, this grows into the plant embryo, that the new, what you can say, the new organism is going to be come into the existence here. So by this way, the seed plants with seeds, they get reproduced. Here we can see that about the ovary and the zygote, where the fertilized ovule, we can say, and it gets developed and ripened. The ovule forms the seed and the ovary forms the fruit, where the fruit is ripened ovary. So you can have these kind of fruits you might have seen. Now here the plants without seeds. Moses, liverwoods, horsetails, ferns, these are the different plants in which the reproduction occurs without seeds. So in this plant particularly, some plants are seedless and these plants grow from the spores instead of seeds. So here spore is very important because a spore is a cell that can develop into a new organism. Unlike seeds, spores do not contain food for the young developing plants and these tiny structures are produced asexually within spore capsules. Non-vascular plants such as moses and liverwoods reproduce from spores. As I told you here, these are the moses and liverwoods are the example of non-vascular plants, and some vascular plants also use spores to reproduce. So you can see here ferns and the moses, they get reproduced by this way, whereas some are other vascular plants which are seedless vascular plants, like the characteristic features of the ferns, where we see that they do not produce seeds. These plants reproduce by releasing spores and can grow tall because vascular tissue effectively transport materials and provide strength and stability to the plant. Also, they grow in moist environments and there must be enough water for the sperm to swim to the eggs. So in this way, there will be the reproduction takes place in these plants, which are the seedless vascular plants. So with this, I am going to conclude here the today's video. I'll be back with you with another video. Till then, thank you and goodbye.